Yo guys, so what is going on? Nickname is Just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna get his ass handed to him as he's smurfing. So yeah, we got pretty hard beat, and I was the only one doing anything, so there goes, you know, comments against smurfing only being terrible. But anyways, let's talk about the subject, money and video games in specific. This is gonna be about stuff within the game. So for people who don't know, in Counter-Strike you can buy items within the game, and those items can have insane value or really freaking poor value. Not only that though, you got value items that are being used as currency, and then you got items in general that are being used as, you know, betting material because of high value. You got anything of any kind of value grade, essentially. But on top of that, you also got a lot of hype around these items. Some of them are incredibly rare and nice, and some are really poor, and they frequently get traded all the time, or they get gambled and bet. Now, initially buying a key and a case and opening that is a little gamble in itself, which personally, I don't have any kind of actual relationship to gambling. Like, I could live without it, and I wouldn't really mind, but living with it, it gives me something, but not as much as certain people. Which brings up the very annoying subject of whether or not it's a good thing to have gambling of any kind of form for any kind of age group, I guess you could say, because, like, on things on the internet, they tend to be not too restricted by age, which in some more serious scenarios can be very important and valuable. Even more so when people are growing up, they might be very easy to, you know, put an impression on by being a certain role model, or in, you know, within any kind of context. And so you can, if you are careless, start gamble and you are influencing a fuck ton of people, and this do happen in other scenarios too, by the way, in or completely other subjects too, mind that. You know, you can make people start doing things that might not necessarily not be the best thing in their interest, in their place in time as a person. In this case, it might be, you know, people eventually growing up and they have seen all these people gamble in Counter-Strike with expensive items, and they decide to do the same. And suddenly the good old-fashioned cliche addiction thingy goes down, and everything is going down the shitter for the person because he's, you know, apparently so, well, you wouldn't know this before it actually went down, you know, but the person is going to be one of the people that might be addicted to gambling. Just like, you know, me, I was assuming the same because my mother has been for a very long time, even though, again, I made her snap out of it after 10 years, so that's kind of cool. But my mother was an alcoholic, which is kind of interesting in that sense, you know. It's the main reason for why I've figured, you know what, well, let's stay away from alcohol. Even more so, you know, there are all the benefits, like saving money. So, knowing this, taking those precautions, not everybody will do so, and so, like, just delving into the subject matter, it gets more and more grimy, because in the end of the day, me as a person, I'm very responsible and restricted in terms of what I prefer to do in certain scenarios, as far as I can help it, naturally speaking, even though, again, I've never been a person of a lot of money on my hands, which is, I guess you could say unfortunate, but such is life. And so, you know, going down the spiral, like, you can't really argue any sides, even though, again, both sides are correct and wrong at the same time. It's a lot about that fucking Frankie issue. Like, everything ended with a draw, which was ignited by stupidity. So I'm starting to try and look for the stupidity section and part of this entire thing, bubble of, you know, positivity in terms of Counter-Strike being pushed as a game, on top of all the other nice qualities the game have, on top of, you know, the competitive depth and the actual technical depth of the game. On top of that, again, you know, you just got a game that is constantly being cared for, and it's one game being updated, being patched, being, you know, made to perform better, and it's being developed by fucking Valve of all companies, which, you know, their track record of game making has been incredible, and, you know, game caring apparently so seems to be top-notch world fucking class as well. So where the hell do we land on this issue? I don't know. I can't have an opinion. I can't be positive or negative, because everything is positive about this matter, and everything is negative. So, in that scenario, what I think we should do, at least then, is to try and grind out exactly what is negative and try and hinder that as much as possible, or to make it as harmless as possible, and to make it as conscious as possible. Because that way, even if people will be lazy-minded, a lot of people are, you know, they like to ignore contexts of what things mean. If you in some kind of way could at least make it a lot more solid, I wouldn't really personally mind that a lot of people that might be overly impressionate about certain things, subjects, matters, I wouldn't really mind that they are going on to the things, because then it's 100% in their fucking hands that they are making life mistakes, if they so do happen. You know, because, you know, it's really fucking crystal clear to them what is going on. You know, just like trading items with people you don't know. You know, betting or sending items over to some other places that might be, you know, about gambling and stuff like that. If you make it a little bit more transparent what exactly is going down and your track record and shit like that, I think it could be a lot better. But other than that, like, it's such a unexplored issue in terms of playing games and shit like that, and gambling, but also gambling itself, but also merging these two things together. It's gonna be very interesting to see what steps will be made, because I don't really think that all the positive things are worth it, but then again, that is coming from me, a person that has never really cared too much about gambling. So what do you people think? It's a very skewed issue. Yeah, 50-50, hot damn. So hopefully you enjoy this gameplay of me getting absolutely ass-raped, if that word is not too social justice warrior for you. Here are two related videos if you want to learn something more technical and skill-worthy about the game. Yeah, anyways, if you want to support the channel, we got the Patreon stuff, if you want to have a more, you know, skill-wise videos and stuff like that. Anyways, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play, people.